Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael Brown. I'm an attorney locally in the Orlando area, practicing criminal defense. I wanted to tell you about an awesome story I had for a client and success we had. So I represented a client for domestic violence before the court. And when you're a first-time offender, sometimes you get what we call pretrial diversion, which is for first-time offenders, you go into a program. If you successfully complete it, they dismiss the charges. I usually tell people to take that because then you control your own destiny, whether you get your charges dismissed. So when I got this guy, he actually had been enrolled in the program and got thrown out of it for whatever reason. And usually you only get one chance. If you're kicked out, you're done and you have to go back in front of the judge. So when I took over the case, I convinced the prosecutor to put him back in the program a second time, which is a big win in and of itself. Unfortunately, he didn't complete it. So we did our job on the front end, and then he chose ultimately actually to go to a jury trial and to say, Judge, I didn't do this. I don't want to have a domestic violence on my record. So he faced 6 people from his community. And by the time we got the trial in April of 2021, the case was 3.5 years since the incident because of all the times he was in the program and then the COVID thing. They stopped trials for a while. So by the time we got the trial, I was 3.5 years old. The victim, the lady who was his ex-girlfriend, mother of his child, testified pretty consistently with what was in the police report. But then she added that he followed her back to her house. And I'm looking through all of the paperwork, talking to my client throughout the day. Where was this? We weren't told about this. So I basically asked her, did you tell the police that 3.5 years ago? Did you ever mention this? And she said, no, she never mentioned it, but it happened. So you take that fact and then you argue to the jury. How come her memory is better now than it was 3.5 years prior? The jury went back. Within 10 minutes of the jury going out, we got a not guilty verdict. And my client hugged me because now he has no criminal record. Even though he tried to negotiate and get through the programs, he couldn't, unfortunately, for whatever his reason was. He walked out a free man with his dad that day. Thank you.